I am going to shock you because I was shocked by this and I know you are going to be too. I'm going to show you the most impressive arena team that I've ever seen. Granted, I'm fairly new to the game as most of us are. Global launch for Watcher of Realms. It's been, I don't know, 2 months, 2.5, maybe 3 months by now. I started a bit later, but one of my clanmates made a team. I have to share it with you because it's so smart and yeah, can't stress this enough. So let's go over the champions really quickly. Actually, scratch that. I just want to show you what the team looks like in action, so let's get it. Alright, so first things first, I want to give a shout out to the person that made this team. Ron, his name's Rune in game. Very smart player from Raid Shadow Legends that came over here with me as we're making the top clan in the entire game as far as knowledge. Breaking every threshold we can, always striving to be the best at everything we do. And we have an amazing team so far, and it's just slowly growing. So what Ron has done, I need to show you the footage here. So we're going to take a look at Ron. He's going to show the champions, or I guess I keep calling them champions. So let's take a look here. Let me go back to this snapshot. So we have Venema, Comet, Cerberus, Dolores, and Vierna here. And if you don't have these champions, don't worry. Just wait until you see what's about to happen. This is the AoE rotation for the arena, mind you. Look at what he's doing with Cerberus. 6 costs, he's placing him right at the start. Right smack dab at the start. He's going to instantly pop his ult. Look at his AoE damage. This is before the other opponent he's facing has even placed his first unit. Not even placed. And he's already won the round. This is what we're talking about. And now he has this pool of death on top here. He's going to place Comet second here. Look at the damage they're taking from the pool that was dropped. Like, this is just insane. Now we have Dolores coming in here. Comet that's going to clean up this first round here. So smooth, so flawless. How can anybody touch a team like this? When I first saw this, I was baffled. I was like, no way. And then I was like, well, what's he going to do here? He's actually going to have Dolores and Comet solo this wave at the top of the map. Because Comet is OP. Mine isn't fully maxed out and ranked up yet, but he is on my to-do list after seeing this because look how fun it is. Again, the enemy mobs aren't even making it inside to where most people focus their teams around. And Ron is just deleting them at the gate. Now, if you don't know this already, for every single arena rotation ever, killing enemies at the gate is the #1 strategy, no matter what. Like, just period. And it was a bit interesting. First of all, shout out for using 400 gems to send me the footage for this. I appreciate you, even though you are free to play. Not really, but we know where I'm going with this. So now we can see in action, 3 times 5 speed. Just look at this. I mean, look at what's happening. The second wave of mobs is taking the corner on the enemy side. So if you are not stalling like this, I mean, that one was close for sure. That one was definitely close for sure, but you kind of get the premise of it. If it gets through, you're going to be in trouble, but that's why there are a few units to have kind of on the back burner here. But even if you lose, the fact that this wave happens so quickly, this is just an untouchable team. It really is. Unless you shadow a team like this, or someone figures out a way to do it even faster than Ron's doing it, which I don't think is going to be the case. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. The game hasn't been out for a while. I mean, it has, but even on Forerunner, I've never seen a team like this. So global communities, and especially ours, since we came from a large gacha game before, we're just sitting here testing all the time. And new champions, a lot of them are a ton of fun to use. Like Cerberus, I've looked up Cerberus videos from the Forerunner server, and a lot of them are placing them right in front of the Nexus, which I never really understood, because I'm pretty sure if you play the game for long enough, you realize that killing enemies at the gate is going to be, like we already talked about, the best strategy for every rotation, because the faster you kill, the more blood balls that hit the enemy nexus. So I think it's pretty obvious that that's going to work pretty much every time. But I mean, this is one of the hardest rotations, in my opinion at least, to 100 to 0. Now we just had the single target rotation, and I showed you the team with Valeria gatekeeping the mobs at the start again, where I was doing 100 to 0 with my account. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't have, we can actually look at his gear. I like that he did this, but I showed you how my Valeri was keeping them and I was 100 to 0ing in the single target. Same can be done for this. So Vierna, crazy stats. She doesn't scale with attack speed, but 100% crit rate, crazy amount of crit damage, 364%, and then a ton of attack as well. And she, of course, is going to be wearing the Starlight, not a max one, so more damage from her. Comet, same thing, tier of Starlight, looking at his gear, 99% crit rate. Maybe that's why one of the mobs almost got through. 333 attack speed, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, over 13,000 attack here. And again, 374% crit damage, very high on the crit damage. I like it a lot. And finally, Cerberus, the main of the hour. 18,000 sheet attack. If you click on the eye, of course, the numbers are going to be higher. 214 attack speed. His health is low. His defense is low because you want him to die and drop that pool, dealing tons of damage. 100% crit rate, just over 300% crit damage. I believe it's 327.5. And that is the team. Who else has he shown here? And even his gear isn't the best as far as damage dealing. He can go a lot heavier for sure if he didn't use Glacier, but there are so many champions to gear in this game and we're way too new to be spreading ourselves that thin. Next we have Dolores here, stacking attack, nothing special. And this is key here, a Soul Drainer increasing block by 1. You're going to need this for this rotation. We're going to check out the viability of this champion as a guild for sure in the next rotations to see if he can shine there. But you want Soul Drainer increasing block, like I said, is going to, it's the only way to contain all of the mobs that spawn. If you don't have this, one of them is going to get by every time, and you might still win, but still a level 1 version of this, don't upgrade it because you want low HP so he dies faster. Keep that in mind. And of course, Ron does have this guy max skilled, which you probably, I mean, you don't need unless you're like competing against very high in Overlord. You can get away with an unbooked champion, but it's going to be worse for sure, like any champion. So shout out to Ron for this incredible team. I now want a Cerberus. I never thought I would want him. I've seen people pulling him in the clan and I said, his kit looks okay. I know a lot of content creators talked about him in gear rate 1. Many champions are very good in gear rate 1. I'm sure he'll help you, even if he does die and you just replace him. But man, this guy in the arena is crazy, crazy strong. Well, that's going to conclude this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and enjoyed the showcase as much as I did when I first saw it, where my jaw kind of just dropped to the ground and I was like, this is insane. Because I haven't been doing a ton of AoE rotations. I've seen a few, but I've never seen people able to kill that close to the gate on a rotation where lots of mobs spawn very, very often, which is why it was incredibly impressive to me. So with that being said, that's going to conclude this video here. Let me know what you guys think, what your reaction is to what I just showed you. Maybe you weren't as excited or impressed as I was. I don't know. I like making videos that are fun for me to watch and fun for me to cover, and this is definitely one of those. So, as always, if you enjoy this content, smash that like button, subscribe with the notification bell, and I will see you all in the next upload.